Alright, today we're going to talk about graphing and solving inequalities. First, let's go over all the inequality signs. So we have the less than sign. And you need to be able to read inequalities both forwards and backwards. We have the greater than sign. We have the less than or equal to, and then the greater than or equal to. And those just have a line under them. So let's get an inequality here. So let's say we have g minus 5 is less than 8. So when you solve an inequality, you're going to solve it just like you do an equation, especially when you're dealing with addition and subtraction. So here we have minus 5, so the opposite of minus 5 is going to be adding 5. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. And you get g is less than 8 plus 5 is 13. So g is less than 13. So I got a number line there. We need to put some numbers on it. And we need the number 13. So let's put 13 there. And then just put some more numbers on here. I don't need to put all the numbers. And so since it's a less than sign, you're going to put an open circle and then an arrow going less than 13. Alright, so now we have p plus 2 5/10 is greater than or equal to negative 1. So again, just solve it like you would an equation. So the opposite of adding 2 1/2 is subtracting, or adding a negative. So we get p is greater than or equal to negative 1 plus negative 2 1/2 is going to be negative 3 5/10. So now we need some numbers on our number line. So let's say this is negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. So negative 3 1/2 would be right here. And because this includes the equal sign, you need a closed dot. When it was just greater than or less than, you need an open dot, but it has the equal underneath, you need a closed dot. So we need to be greater than that, so our arrow is going to go to the right. Alright, now we got to write an inequality. We have 6 less than number is at least 15. So in order to take 6 less than something, you have to start with that something first. I can't have 6 less cookies if I didn't have 6 cookies to start with. That's how you can think of it. So we got to start with a number. We'll just call it n. And we're going to take 6 less of it. So n minus 6 is at least 15. So that means n minus 6 has to be at least 15. So it has to be greater. It can be greater than, but it can also be equal to, because it says at least. And then 15. So we're going to solve this like an equation. Add 6 to both sides. So n is greater than or equal to 15 plus 6 is 21. So we can graph that. Let's say we have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we're going to put a closed dot on 21 because it includes the equal sign and a number going to, or a line going to the right. Alright, so here we're giving a graph of greater than 2 1/2, negative 2 1/2. So we have to decide which one of these equations will work for that inequality. And it's an open dot, so it doesn't have the equal sign there. And none of the equations do either, so we can't eliminate based on that. So we're going to have to solve each one and see which one is true. So the first one, we add 3 to both sides. And we get y is greater than 5. Well, that's not the graph we're shown. So second one, we subtract 3 from both sides. We get y is greater than negative 1. That's not the graph being shown. So let's try the next one. We're going to add 5 to both sides. Y is greater than 7 1/2. Again, that's not the graph being shown. So let's try the last one. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we get y is greater than negative 2 5/10. which is the graph being shown, so the last one is the correct answer.